Hey Legionnaires, and welcome back to Middle-earth as we have some more Rise of Mordor action for you today. As you can see, we have a massive sally out here by Gondor and the elves of Lindon, as they are sallying out on the Eastlings here on Umbar. And yeah, this is an interesting tactic here, but I mean, there are a couple of like Eastling units that have just been left isolated here, so I mean, they are very much open to taking out. And you can see that the attackers, well, not the attackers, the defenders are going to spare them no mercy. But yeah, they are kind of like the defenders have become the attackers in this scenario, over here anyway, especially. But yeah, we have a nice 3v3 in today's battle. We have on the defense, we have obviously we have Gondor. Sorry, we have obviously Lindon, and I believe also we have I think it's, if I can find them. Where the heck are they? There they are, Dorwinian. I couldn't remember where they were, but they're all the way over here on this far right-hand side. Yeah, Dorwinian with their Winter Court guards. And then on the attack today, we obviously have Dol Amroth. We have Eriador, or Arnor, as I often sometimes call them. And we also have the Eastlings, as we've seen, who are currently getting beaten up over here in the corner. So we'll go back over here. I mean, these units are not going to obviously survive. They're getting surrounded by pretty elite units, even if they can match and often beat the Gondor swords. They're not going to be able to do that today, as those Gondor swords have friends, and those friends are in the shape of the elves of Lindon. Shipwright nobles here. They're going to do their best, take out those Eastlings if possible. Yeah, as you can see, Locurim starting to die very, very quickly. But yeah, it's a pretty large siege that we have today. We have 7,000 attackers against about 6,000 defenders, and obviously on this awesome map that is Umbar. Yeah, it's a huge map. I mean, often you can attack from over here if like you have a larger army. You usually see an attacker come in from over here, but it's just one wall that you can attack as an attacker. But there are lots of streets you can go down, and though it looks pretty defensible for the defenders, after a while, certainly attackers start to get the advantage. Seems to be always over here. This is like the weak spot that the attackers always seem to break through, and it seems arguably that the weakest faction has been given the job of defending it. I would say certainly that winning out these three defenders is probably the weakest. But yeah, it seems like the Locurim are finally getting routed. They're going to make sure that they route properly, I imagine. They're actually losing here, Gondor swords. Look at that, they are actually losing, even though they're helping to surround units here. Good thing they're elven support, otherwise they wouldn't be able to get through. But yes, I hope you guys are enjoying seeing more Rise of Mordor. If you are, do remember to leave a like, subscribe from around here, and comment, show your support. I know you guys just enjoy this this content so much, so it's why I enjoy showing it off. And also, I just really love Middle-earth, like the Middle-earth sort of like battles that we often see go on, and like all the units that get involved in it. It's just awesome, and the players as well. Like, so many more people now play Rise of Mordor. There's more and more replays than ever, really. But yeah, so there you go. That side's been destroyed. We now have no Locurim here, and they're going to make sure they're probably going to route them, make sure they're going to break properly, or just make sure they're like tiny little units so they can't cause any more issues, which is a fairly smart idea. You can see over here we've got Vineland Yard patrols as well. I presume now they're going to move all of their archers over here now, because they don't need to support this other side. And as you can see already, under fire we have Shire Fieldsmen, not the Hobbits. You can't shoot the Hobbits. No. How dare you. These guys are going to go charging straight into Ringlow Vale Men-at-Arms. And if these Ringlow Vale Men-at-Arms have any heart, they'll let themselves get killed by the Hobbits. How could you kill a Hobbit? Look at them. They're tiny. They're so cute. Oh, and that one's dead. Here's a guy that died from a Hobbit. How embarrassing. But yeah, these guys are technically a shock infantry, so I mean, they actually should do okay off the charge, but they're only a levy shock, so they're not going to do too well. And there's another one dying. Rip in peace to those Hobbits. They're getting cut down. Over here we have axes going in with Chetwood merchant bodyguards. This is an axe unit. Well, it's actually not an axe unit, it's a mace unit. A bit like the Locurim, but a little bit worse. These Chetwood merchant bodyguards they're not too great. They may be able to break through this Ringlow Vale line, I'm not entirely sure. Over here though, look at this. You see Arnorian Knights already coming in. They're going to try and break through the spear line. I think they are. They're going to try and break through the Elven spear line here. That was not a charge. That was just a let's walk in. They thought there was nothing defending here, I think. Don't think the Arnorian player was really paying attention to exactly what was here. But he is going to lose some very precious Arnorian knights now. Yeah, there's quite a lot of cav got stabbed up there by the Noldorian spears. And there you go, the Arnorian knights get out of there. But they need to retreat fully because they're getting focused down, I think, by these Noldorian archers here. Yeah, they need to get out of there. What do we got here? More Chetwood bodyguard. A lot of Chetwood bodyguard actually been thrown in. We still have more Shire fieldsmen. It's good to see. Actually, have they been full? No, there is another one over here. So they've got 2 Shire fieldsmen. Great. They need more. Oh, there's another one here. It's got 3 of them. Brilliant. I mean, I would probably have brought Arnorian swordmasters as my shock, but I mean, why not bring these hobbits? Because I mean, they are hilarious. I mean, they're not going to break through these Gondor spears. These Gondor spears are probably thinking, hobbits? This is all that Arnor has to throw at us? They have some Bree halberdiers in behind. I mean, they want to focus them down. They're only a medium. They are heavy polearm. But I'm pretty sure that they get absolutely evaporated. So they certainly want to be taking those polearms out. You can see that we've got axes now coming in here to support their hobbit allies. I mean, they're going to get cut down. So the hobbits weren't going to last too long. They're already wavering at 125. They've not even lost half their men, and they're dying. But yeah, so it seems like the Ring of the Vale actually are going to do a pretty good job on hold. Gondor's got a pretty good hold over this. Over here, as you can see, that we now have Dol Amroth landing. Dol Amroth is probably the scariest of the factions. They are probably, one may say, overpowered. They are a really nasty faction. They look beautiful, though. They really do. Their armor is amazing. But yeah, Dol Amroth probably a little bit overpowered. I certainly think that the stats for Dol Amroth, certainly like in comparison to Gondor, you better bring in Dol Amroth. But yeah, they are going to be facing Dorwinion today, as you can see here. Looking pretty damn nice. If we can get a nice look at them. Attila being its usual self of being dark and horrible. Look at that. It's so hard to see like what's going on. But yeah, these boys look pretty good. Shipmen, they should start jabbing while they have the chance. They should really start jabbing. But here you go. You can see Dol Amroth's going to come forward. And we're about to see. Yeah, here we go. The jabbies being thrown. And in go Dol Amroth, and they're going to engage Dorwinion. I don't know how well the shipmen are really going to do. I can't see them stopping these Seaward infantry, really. Really, really nasty swords to try and take out. And look at that. And they're forming a formation in this one here. And there you go. They start clashing in. And yeah, I mean, they've still got some Seawards to come in. They've still got dismounted Knights at Imrahil, Haven Guard. They've got really nice stuff. Nimrodel Rangers. I'm surprised they brought them. And Knights at Imrahil they even brought as well. So they've got a really nasty army to Dol Amroth. And yeah, I mean, that's all there is really to say about it. It's going to be a really nasty one to take out. The Elves probably would have been better taking on them. But as you can see here, we have Ring of the Vale men at arms. They were actually losing for a little moment. These Shire fieldsmen, you know, they're turning it around. They're in there somewhere. They're so hard to see because they're so small. They're down here as well. Look at this. Bashing away. No! How could you kill a hobbit? Avenge him. But over here as well, it seems like the hobbits are being kept at bay. I'm not quite sure how they're keeping such a great unit at bay. Oh, he's actually cut one down. He beheaded. How he managed to behead a Gondorian spearman with just a stick, I have no idea. But he managed it. They are starting to focus down this Bree halberdier here. This is the archers of Gondor doing this. They need to get these halberds out of here. They don't want to just stick around here. Either they need to go in, which is not really a great choke point for them to go in, or they need to retreat. This is, I don't know why they got brought up so quickly, but yeah. This unit looks awesome though. It does remind me a bit of like a medieval polearm sort of unit. But yeah, they look awesome. And they are pretty heavily armoured, but even still, you don't want to just let them get softened up. You want to save that armour for later on. This is a nice unit though. The Footmen of Arnold. This is going to be the really nasty unit that Eridor can throw at the defences. These guys are heavy infantry. They are pretty nasty. Their stats are pretty good. Fortunately, did they break? Or did they just retreat them? But yeah, the Chetwood merchant bodyguards are actually breaking through the Dreamlow Vale. So that's interesting to see. Good to see that they actually, you know, can do it. Seems like these things over here, after losing their first couple of units, they're not so inclined to really go in just yet. Which I'm kind of surprised about. The general for Eriador is actually a crossbow unit, which they can do, to be fair. It is kind of a cool unit that they can bring. I mean, the gatekeepers are kind of like a crossbow, like melee unit. They're kind of a mix of the two. Are they trying to knock down? Oh no, that's indestructible. Oh, artillery coming in. Where is that aiming? Oh, it's aiming for this unit here, Shipwright Nobles. I mean, not a bad target to go for. Who's firing that? Oh, it's the Dol Amroth Trebuchet. Okay. As you can see over here, Shipmen. They're not doing so great. Losing decisively, losing decisively, losing decisively, and losing decisively. They're bringing up more Shipmen. It looks like Dol Amroth is going to really throw in his entire lot over here, and he's going to try and hold. There's a long, long line now of men cutting down men. I just realised actually we have no. Are they all? No, we've got the elves here. I was going to say. I was literally about to say, do we have all men factions here today? But we don't actually. Nearly. With 5 out of the 6 armies here today are all men. I mean, there's just the elves. If only Dundon was brought, and then we had a full, like, all men army. That would have been awesome. But yeah, I mean, these shipmen are just getting murdered. I mean, look at this. The Sea Wars swords lost like 10 men in each unit. Like, some of them haven't even taken that many losses. They really need to get their archers like up on this slope and start firing down into the side. Instead of just shooting from here, they need to shoot from up here on this like point. And then they get like a bit more of an angle, and then they can loop their shots over and hit the flanks of the Dol Amroth troops. They are actually starting to win decisively. That's a bad sign. At least they're weakening this low Curim, which is, I mean, that's good, but I mean, they're shooting it head on, so they're not using their arrows to their full potential. You want to try and get your arrows to basically getting into the flanks and the backs of units. That's when you get the most kills. Elves over here, though, they're going to chop down these Chetwood merchant bodyguards, I imagine. This is just easy work for them. The elves are eternal. They've been training for all their lives to cut down those merchant bodyguards. We actually now have low Curim in here. It seems like Eriador was pushed back. Sadly, the Shire folk weren't enough. There are now elves in here as well. There's a lot of stuff being thrown into this choke point, actually. Oh, they didn't get pushed back. They just retreated and allowed someone else to take over. Are they firing their Blackroot Rail? Oh, the archers probably on the wall. Did the polearms have gone in? Or they... Yeah, the polearms... I think the polearms may have all died. Look at this. Such a waste. Rip in peace. And now this choke point's fully, like, open for a fresh attack because all the Shire folk are dead as well. That's a shame. So yeah, everything died here. That's a real shame. And now we're going to see Footmen of Arnor. They are going to go in. And they'll be interested to see whether they can break through. I think with the the Gondor spears, they should be able to. Swords beat spears. It's just the general how it goes. Oh my gosh, another Hobbit unit. Another Hobbit unit. I didn't see these guys. Sheriff stone throwers. I mean, so they throw stones, I imagine, but they're supposedly a Javi unit because they have like this holding their arm is like they're holding a Javi. So that is going to be a brilliant unit. And look at this. The elves are routing 2 Chetwood merchant bodyguards. Not 1, but 2. These elves. They need stopping. They need stopping. And there you go. They routed them. They routed both. Wow. Just like that. Just like that. They are gone. And now they're going to set up some fresh axes. But I mean, honestly, I would just save your axes. Start focusing down these Noldorian swords. That's the best way to kill them. Just take your time, shoot them down a little bit, and that'll be good. Oh, Seaward infantry starting to lose there. Yeah, I've got shipwright nobles being thrown in. The elves have now arrived to support Dorwinion, as they probably should have done a little while ago. We also have Loki Rim in here as well. Seems like this choke point is going to become the main decider of the siege. There's a lot of forces being thrown in here by both sides. Not that it's a very important choke point, it's just that, like, a lot of forces are being thrown in here, but, like, the elves throwing in infantry, it's like a sign that they want to hold this point. Fresh shipment now holding. I mean, these are much more stretched out. I feel like that's what they should have done initially. Instead of, like, having 4 in the line, they should have just had 2. Saves on men. But I guess they wanted to get as many jabbies off, but then, I mean, they could have just had jabbies behind their front lines, ready to go. But who knows? Who knows? It seems like Dol Amroth... Oh, look at this. Look at this little duel going on over here. Look at this. He's punching him away. Oh, stabs him in the chest. Rip in peace to that guy. But well done him. He's going to go on and get another kill. Go on, let's see if we can get another kill. His massive sword pokes him back. Dol Amroth do have massive oversized swords, I think, to be honest. Seaward infantry. How do you hold that sword in one hand? You don't. You're gonna have it all like. Otherwise, you have to have a massive right arm. It seems like they're gonna have to send in these Winter Court swords soon. These guys aren't much better than the shipmen, if I remember correctly. They're not much better. I mean, they're heavy melee. I mean, so the shipmen, they're heavy melee. These archers as well. They still need to get a better angle. I mean. Some of these, these Loki Rim are still fairly fresh. I mean, I guess they're newer to the battle. I mean, the Seaward infantry are still pretty fresh. 87. They're still winning over here as well with 100 men. They've still got like things like the dismounted knights at Imrahil to come in. And they actually are moving in. I think that's a little early, to be honest. I'd hold back. Princess Coast Guard as well. They've got some nasty stuff to Dol Amroth yet to send in. I like how the axes over here can't even break through the spear line. Like, axes should just break spears. But no, not when it's elven spears. You're not allowed to do it. Same over here. Look at this. Axes just can't break through this sword line. These Ringlow Vale as well, man. They've held for so long. Like, Ringlow Vale, I'll keep saying it. I mean, they are actually retreating now to allow the space to come forward. Ringlow Vale, though, in the right circumstances, is such a good, cost-effective unit. And look at this. The Hobbits are back in. I was about to call them dwarves, but they're not. They're Hobbits. The Hobbits are back in. Are they cutting down spears? The shock infantry should be able to do well against spears. So I can't wait to see these Hobbits do insanely well. And if they don't, I'll be very upset. I mean, they actually already lost, like, quite a lot of men. And the Gondor Spears lost 5. Okay, yeah. I don't see these Hobbits breaking through. Like, the shield of the Gondor Spear is bigger than the Hobbit. It is insane. You'd be like, I can't even see the damn enemy because he's hiding behind my shield because he's so small. They are spearing down these Hobbits, though. They are actually murdering them. Poor guys. Like, occasionally you see, like, a Gondor Spear die. Like, really occasionally. But most of the time, it's just a lot of Hobbits getting speared right now. Yeah, they're already losing decisively. Not so good, not so good. These spears over here, though, they're kind of getting pushed out. I mean, if the Loki Rim was smart, they could just form column, get around here. There is a gap, but these Ringlow Vale look like they may be being sent over to defend that gap. And look at this. You got the elves actually being aggressive outside here, and they're actually charging the footmen of Arnor. Honestly, this just seems like a kill box now. This is not worth attacking. What do they have here? 2 Gondor Spears? Yeah, so if you charge in, you're getting attacked from 2 sides. Yeah, you don't want to go into there. You do not want to go into there. I mean, Arnold's kind of, like, slowly spending himself. He's got, like, his footmen of Arnold left, but, I mean, most of his, like, infantry's been committed. He may want to just, like, wait and just let Dol Amroth do its thing, because right now, Dol Amroth's drawing a lot of forces over here. You can see even more troops coming over. Gondor Swords now coming over. Like, they are shifting more and more this way, because they realize Eriador's just getting beat. Eredor's a really tough faction as well to use, like on the attack. Even on defense, to be honest, it's just a really... It's got Footman of Arnold, which is really good. It's a really expensive... But it's relatively quite expensive. It's like over 1,000 to get. So, and you only get 3 of them. You're limited to 3. So even still, your army is centered around those 3 elite units. I mean, sword masters are pretty good. I'm surprised they weren't brought. They are expensive, but even still, surprised they weren't brought. Chetwood merchant bodyguards are pretty good. They're like basically your other sword unit that you want to bring. They're basically like, since you can't bring lots of swords, you just bring the axes instead, is what I mean. But yeah, here you go. You can see they're starting to get angles now. That's a decent angle onto these dismounted Knights at Imra Hill. But I mean, even they've got just insane armor. It's going to take a little while to get through these the armor. But oh boy, this is a good sign though that Dol Amroth's already sitting in the elites. But these guys are going in. It means they're running low on infantry. And you can see the start to drop now. Lost 9. There's more of them though. I don't know why they haven't sent in. We got Loki in Maceman. Yeah, I just send him back in the Sea Ward. Like, just keep sending in the old units to try and break through. I won't be sending in fresh stuff just yet. I mean, you could also just try and use cavalry and just smash against the infantry line. If they're going to stand here quite happily and not protect themselves, you could just have done that as well. It's another tactic. Bringing up polearms. I can see them coming up the Prince's Coast Guard. I'd leave them back. They're going to need to be held back for a lot longer. There's still lots of archers here. Even if it is like bowmanship. Even these elves here have half ammo. And these guys are going to be racking up kills. What are they firing at? Oh, they're firing at the Knights of Imra Hill. Yeah. Have they just sent in a fresh one? No, they sent in Loki and Maceman. Just get these guys back. I don't know why they sent them in first. The Maceman should be going in first. But elves over here, they're still holding. These spears are probably racking up kills. They've killed so many men. These crossbows, though, this is a good way to get through. Yeah, this will do the job. What are they being shot by? Noldorian archers. Just endless elves. But yeah, these gatekeepers, if they can set them up, just gun down this unit. And they're heavily armored. They'll take a lot of ammo to kill these guys as well. Remind me a little bit of Uruk-hai crossbows, both heavily armored. But yeah, you can see, look at them. They're just chopping them down. Well, I say that, and I haven't shot a single one in a little while. There you go, they shot another one. They're cutting them down a little bit. They should get through eventually, if they carry on like that. But, I mean, how much... yeah, like, look at the volleys that these elves are having to put into the gatekeeper. They've killed two of them. I mean, they're going to... Maybe that's just because of the armor. Yeah, there you go. Volleys going off now. They'll be cutting those guys down. What pikes have they got back here? I'm imagining it's Fountain Guard. Oh, my gosh, it is as well. Gondor is stacked and ready. I mean, Linden, I imagine, yeah, Noldor knows. I want to know what the funds were, because it seems like the defenders have some pretty nasty armies. I mean, they are facing some nasty armies themselves. Like, maybe not Eredor, but Eastlings especially. Eastlings is a perfect counter to Gondor, so it should beat it. Dol Amroth just counters everything because they're overpowered. But they're kind of being held in check at the moment. I'm not going to lie to you. I feel like they're being held in check. I don't know why they haven't brought in their archers yet. They need to bring in their archers to Dol Amroth. That would help unlock this defense. Like, they've just been trying to break through a brute force of infantry. Really, they need to bring in archers. Just get them set up on a wall or something like that and shoot them to pieces. Balance power, though, is looking good for them. Still got a 1,400 man advantage. So, yeah, that is obviously a bonus. You can see, look at this Noldorian spear. We come back and it's down to 14 men. It's getting gunned down. There's not any men to charge left. There's not any men to shoot really left. You might as well just... also shows how elite these Noldorian spears are. They're holding 8 men. Well, they were, and now they broke. There you go. That's how you get through. And now this choke point opening up means that, like, so much stuff is having to retreat. And they realized... clearly, like, the elves would not realize how desperate they needed to get troops back. They're going to try and throw in shipwright nobles. Not a bad idea. And there they go. They're going to try and hold this choke point. They still want to hold here. I mean, in fairness, they're doing really well along the line. I could see why they want to hold. But, I mean, sometimes you want to hold and... oh, they've got cavalry coming in as well. Where the heck did that come from? Okay, yeah, trying to go through the gap. Fair enough. Arnor has got through the gap. And he's now going to try and do all sorts of damage here. He's trying to go for the archers. He did kind of just hit those Noldorian swords instead. I mean, they're going to do some damage to them, but they need to just get out of there. Bounce off whatever they can. They're trying to get all these archers. I mean, in fairness, most of the archers that they want to get are like the Noldorian archers right at the top. But I'd also just charge down these swords. You want to kill as much as you can, whatever it is, just kill it. You can see the Arnorian knights getting focused on. They're really good knights as well. And see they're desperately trying to get stuff back. And I'd say Dol Amros's been left off the hook there. He lost a lot of infantry there unnecessarily, I think. I think the defense has done a really good job here. They've really weakened down Dol Amroth. They've got a few, yes, elite like swords left, and they still got their shock. But honestly, I think they've done a really good job. I think it could have been a lot worse there. They're actually going to rout one archer. It's bow militia.
Men are broken and running for their lives.
And I mean, honestly, I think this is pretty good. They've routed a cav unit as well. They've done a pretty good here. But I mean, they are going to lose the shipwright noble. The shipwright noble. There's no way this is getting back to friendly lines. I mean, if it does, I'll be very surprised. Cutting them down. Get the gatekeepers on them. Get the gatekeepers gun down these shipwright nobles. They did a good job earlier. I mean, they shoot them in the back. It's even better. But yeah, actually, then maybe they will get back. Maybe they will get back. This cavalry here is getting routed slowly. It's just getting gunned down. I mean, it's a lot of ammo they're wasting on 2 cavalry units, which is good because that are like good for the attackers anyway. Because they've got like things like pole arms and pikes to come up. So I mean, they'll be loving that this is happening. But yeah, you can see the Loki Room is really trying to desperately pin down that shipwright noble. It does not want it getting back. I've never seen so much sort of care for one shipwright noble. It's a pretty beat up shipwright noble at this point. Shipwright noble's getting cut down here. I mean, oh, we've got Wards of Ruin coming in. I think it's a little bit unnecessary. A little bit unnecessary. And all you're doing is going to just achieve is just draw archer fire. They already lost like 8 guys. I think just getting a little bit too excited here are the attackers thinking they've broken through. I think they should just go back to their old policy of just getting the gatekeepers up, gun down any units, because this is the next unit that they've got to get through. Dorwinian Spear Paladins. Not an easy unit to get through either. Look at these boys. These are heavily armoured. They look like they've got seashells for shields. But they look awesome. And there you go. The bolts start to fly into the shields.
Hold your places, my lads.
Hold your places indeed. You've got to hold and die when you get shot, as you get shot by crossbows. There you go. They have routed those shipwright nobles. And they are focusing down these Wards of Ruin. They just get them back. They're gold chevroned as well. These guys, there's a lot of money put into these. It looks like they're just going to rush them in. I mean, they might as well. They might as well rush these guys in. Here we go. Honestly, once this unit's dead, though, the Wards of Ruin, just go back to shooting using gatekeepers. It's an effective way of getting through. I don't see that these Wards of Ruin are going to break through. Yeah, they're getting pushed back, these Wards of Ruin, a little bit. But I mean, now there's now that you've taken this choke point, there's now a little secret path that you can go all the way up here. You can see where the Cavs going, Knights at Imrahil. Does seem like the defenders did have it protected, but they actually decided to retreat their into Courtyard instead. Look at these boys. Look glorious. Look at the emblems that they have, like on the officers. So much detail put into these units. But yeah, I guess we can't hear them marching because they are like hidden, maybe? I don't know. But yeah, so I mean, it seems like they've got plenty left. You can see they're also attacking now over here as well. Are the attackers? They have Gondor spears dealing with Loki Rim, Macemen. Honestly, the spears are not going to hold this forever. Macemen, they're just built to destroy Gondor armor. They are literally built to destroy. I say it literally every time we play with these two factions, but I have to keep saying it. And the Shire folk are back. Look at this. The Hobbits are back. Yes. Laying siege to Arnor. To Arnor? To Umbar. If they're laying siege to Arnor, A, that'd be great that there's an Arnor map. And also B, why are they betraying their faction? Boatmen of Arnor, though, still, they need to prove their worth. They've not really done too much yet. And they look glorious as well. They're one of my favourite looking units as well. Arnor's armor Oh, that's hard to say. Arnor's armor is looking glorious. It really does. Gives me that sort of Last Alliance vibe. They need more units like that, does Eriador. Really does. But yeah, as you can see, Wards of Room losing decisively because they got focused down, and they're still getting focused down. Honestly, they shouldn't even like be attacking this point. Just let the gatekeepers gun down a unit. Like you just seen what they did to the Noldorian spears. If you put an elite spear in front of a choke point, just put crossbows, and they're not gonna, and like as well this gatekeeper unit as well, it's insanely, they're insanely heavily armored. So like even if you try to shoot them, it's like, what's the point? You're wasting ammo. You can see they're shooting. They're trying to shoot them now with a general unit. Just wait. Just get these units out of here. Then let the gatekeepers get a clear line of sight, and they can gun them down. So yeah, these spears, they're pushing everything back, beating everything here. This Dormanian spear battalion is not spear paladin is not easy to take out. I'm pretty sure I just said spear battalion. I mean, it is like a battalion, really. I guess each unit is kind of like supposedly like a battalion sort of size, like in scale anyway. But I'd say this is maybe too much in this choke point here. This is blobbing up now, and I mean that's definitely asking to be shot. And they've got a lot of archers here. They are Blackroot Vale archers. They're not great, but I mean definitely worth shooting. They have got gatekeepers here as well. I mean they could maybe shoot to the back lines. Gondor is throwing in a lot of infantry. He seems like he's throwing in a lot of his infantry. He's got like Ringlow Vale, sword infantry, spear infantry. Look at this. He's got stacks. And where are the Gondor? What are they shooting at then? Well, they're shooting at the Noldorian nobles. I mean, not a bad idea. Don't know why they were really brought down. But as you can see, we've got more Varag, more bowmen, Varag bowmen coming over here. And now they're throwing up pole arms. Okay, I mean, not a bad answer to get through. But I still think, just get the gatekeepers up. Just allow the gatekeepers to shoot away. Or maybe they want to leave that for last stand. Maybe they're thinking, you know what, we're going to need those gatekeepers for shooting Noldorian nobles or Mountain Guard. Which is also very true, they probably do. Certainly the halberdiers here could do their job. They could actually probably break through here. Possibly. It's hard to say. Well, I mean, these Dorwinian Thorn Archers nearly out of ammo. So, I mean, they don't look that great. They look, actually, I don't know. What are they? They're Levy, but they kind of look a little bit, they look a little bit better than Levy, to be honest. I don't know. Maybe they are Levy. You've got Noldorian Archers here without ammo. Seems like the defender's running out of ammo a little bit. Dorwinian Thorn Archers still have a lot of ammo, but they are levied like we just seen. So, don't know how many kills they're really going to be getting. Seems like the attackers are, or the defenders here are prepared for some sort of attack, but it doesn't seem like they'll be getting any sort of attack anytime soon. Seems like Don Amroth is taking his time, letting his troops freshen up. He's doing a little tour of Umbar. He's like, yeah, this is where you go to buy your fresh fruit. This is where you will be sleeping, and this is where the bar is. This is where the pubs are. Just doing a little tour. He's like, yep, no rush, boys. There's no rush. It's not like we've got a battle to win, a city to take. But yeah, I mean, he's still got a lot of troops, if you heard Dol Amroth. Shame his trebuchet's, I hope his trebuchet, oh, he's out of ammo. He should have used all that ammo. I don't think that's in range anymore. That can't be in range. It might be able to hit stuff like up here, maybe. I mean, I'd be using it if possible right now. Or even if you can't use it, I'd be firing it just like the buildings with your fire ammo, just to burn stuff, bring down morale. It's at 0% currently, but you could probably bring that down, like get that down a little bit. Even if you get it down like 1 morale, it could be huge. You never know. But the Footmen of Arnor are still in it. I think the Halberdiers are still in as well. Yeah, they kind of taken a few losses though. These Footmen of Arnor should break through. They're heavy infantry, the swords as well. And they seem like they are. The Spear Paladins are starting to lose, and this is good. I mean, you can see the Loki-Rima aren't wasting time, and they're just going to flank around. And it seems like the Shipwright Nobles, they're not staying around.
The kind of running, cowards?
I mean, you could just surround them now and save lives as well. But yeah, that's one choke point down. The next choke point they've got to take, though, over here is pretty damn tough. This is a really tough one. I mean, you've got towers as well that they've got to contend with. But yeah, we've got pole arms here and we've got spears all mixed in together. This is going to be where they're going to need the crossbows. Going to have to put the crossbows up here and just gun them down. It's going to be really tough. I don't envy the attackers at all having to deal with that. I mean, the numbers are still sort of the same, I guess, in like sort of like ratio. It's 4,600 versus 2,900. But I think this is where you're going to see that like that range get closer. I think the attackers are going to start to lose a lot more men as they face the defenders, really elite units. Something like things like Fountain Guard and Noldor and Nobles I can see doing a lot of damage. And this is a bold move here. Paladins of the Winter Court, they're going to come down. I guess because they've seen that these Easterlings here are the wrong side of the spears. They try to flank, and they have obviously flanked successfully, but they haven't broken the spear unit yet. And the generals thought, you know what, I can get a really good rear charge onto this Loki Rim right now. And that's what he's going to do. He's going to get a really good rear charge. And here comes the cavalry. It's not going to save the spear, but it's just going to, you know, get a bit of revenge. Oh, there we go. Really nice charge. And that's actually doing a lot of damage. Look at that, losing slightly. Oh my gosh, look at the unit go down. Another charge like that, and you know what, they can, I mean, this unit can do that easily again. Because Archer Fire and whatever, you can do whatever you like. That unit's heavily armored. But yeah, I just charge it again. This Loki Rim take another charge. Needs another charge, I think. I mean, that's even still, even if you're not, God, actually, maybe not. They're starting to get hit pretty hard. 57, yeah, he actually did the right thing. Even still, he like killed a good 60-odd Loki Rim there in like that charge. That was like nearly a fresh unit. They have actually broken it now. So there you go. Now they can move up. That general, though, did a good job, I think. Even though it lost a couple of men, it's not going to get much use now and there. But it does need to be careful. Those crossbows just, they do damage. They do nasty amount of damage. I think that must be what was hitting him. But what have we got in here? Still the Loki Rim. I'm surprised these Loki Rim haven't broken through quicker. I'm surprised that they're, like, we see in previous battles how they dominate Gondor's swords. Not really having that sort of effect over the Gondor spears, bizarrely. Spears seem to be holding pretty well. Maybe it's because the Chetworth merchant bodyguards are getting in the way. They are now out of the way, though. They are running. There's no need to send more up. Like, one unit of swords should be enough to break through this. Like, they keep sending, like, Arnold's desperate to send troops up. Save your men. Keep them fresh. There's plenty more Gondorians to kill. Look, I mean, this is I mean, it's fine he's doing it. It's just like, there's obviously just a risk that they just turn these archers and they just fire into the blob, and that's going to be devastating. But I think those archers are waiting for Earth's. Oh my gosh, how did Gondor get his general down here? How? Oh, of course. He must have gone all the way around here, and he's got on the wrong side though. This is not good. Gondor is just going to go flying on him with his cavalry. He's going into Varric Bowman and all sorts of stuff. So he must have kept his general outside. I didn't realize. Look at this. He's just going to cut down all sorts of archers here. He's getting all sorts. And these things clearly aren't paying attention. Neither is Arnold by the looks of it. Well, I don't know. Maybe Arnold might be paying attention, but these things certainly aren't. They aren't realizing that these Varric Bowmen just lost 30 men. These stone throwers here might want to actually, you know, throw their stones at these Silver Swan. Have they got any cavalry of their own? They haven't really. Well, they have, but it's all the way over there. It's Dol Amroth, Knights of Imrahil. They are a long way away. But yeah, this cavalry here is going to keep running these guys down. Silver Swans, a really nasty unit, and they're not firing any archers onto them. I mean, because the archers are currently getting charged, that's why they can't fire arrows, I guess. This is not good. Not good for the attackers anyway. Good for the defenders. Who do you think is going to win? Let me know in the comments. Who do you think at this point is going to win? Do you think it's going to be the attackers, or are you rooting for the defenders? Do you think they can do it? Do you think they can pull out a... I wouldn't say it's a miracle, but pull out a dub. And there you go, Loki and Mason going in. They're trying to charge these guys down. They're going to go in for the stone throwers. These poor hobbits. They don't deserve this. Oh, Jesus. Save the hobbits. Do whatever you must, but they're going to rout pretty quickly, I imagine. I can't imagine. Oh, these are trained? I'm kind of surprised. And then that fire. Oh, yeah, this is where it's going to hurt on the crossbows. coming in. I mean, Gondor's doing a big risk here with his general. I mean, he still has infantry, and he still has those Fountain Guard, you got to remember. So he doesn't really want to be throwing... He's throwing away his general a little bit here, if he loses him. He's going into Varric Bowman now. Hitting these guys, he's kind of just passing through them. He's not really charging them. Kind of a pull-through, possibly, but he's going to lose a lot of men from it. And there you go. He took a lot of casualties there, actually. Probably should have been more. If they were paying attention and realized that Gondor's general's here, they could have done a lot. Oh, actually, you know what? They're dropping hard now. They are dropping hard. 15. Yeah, they may lose their general here. I don't know if that Varric Bowman can go for volley. Yeah, there you go. There you go. The enemy general is dead. So that is him gone. And Gondor may be in a little bit of trouble now. There you go. You can see that Gondor's spear is broken, though that was probably not down to the general dying. It was probably just down to having 26 men left. But Gondor's still got like fresh infantry. It was a bit of a strange move, and you can see now they're firing the Blackroot Vale archers, and they're firing at this choke point. And there's 2 units here. They don't need 2. 1 would be enough. Over on this side, what is the plan? The battle plan. So yeah, the battle plan was as expected. Get the crossbows up and gun down these units. These Noldorian nobles already lost a fair amount of men. Are they actually going to try and set up the Bree Halberdiers and challenge these? That's not a fight they want to do. Or maybe they're just preparing, just thinking if anyone charges them. Yeah, probably that. Probably more like if they think someone's going to charge them. Oh, wow. This Trebuchet is still able to reach? Holy cow. Okay. I'm just kind of surprised that it can reach that far. Like, Trebuchet's got insane range, but, like, Umbar's a massive map, and that's not... And that Trebuchet's not, you know, at the front of the spawn zone. They are retreating their polearms. It's probably the smart move. I'd just send up some shock infantry or something like that. I mean... I say send some shock infantry. The only shock infantry really available at the moment is Shire Fieldsmen. I would not be sending them up. Yeah, they're actually kind of short on shock. They've got Wards of Rune. I mean, bring them the... I mean, they could just carry on gunning down the spears. Gun down anything here. They've got only really elites now. Here we go. It seems like Dolarnod's now going in this side as well. We've got some Knights at Imrahil going in. Haven Guard also about to be thrown in. This is definitely the weakest spot over here, where Dorwinian's holding. Not because it's Dorwinian, just because it's there's no polearms here. No polearms here. I mean, there are pikes that could get thrown in by Gondor. But currently, this is like the only point where there isn't like any polearms being committed, because Gondor's got support of the. I guess Gondor's probably going to prioritize itself with the Fountain Guard, but it also has the Noldorian noble general over there, or it did at one point. Yeah, these Haven Guard, I mean, they all cut through these guys. I'm surprised these are a medium shock. They probably should be heavy, if not very heavy shock. But they are cutting through these Vincer Court Guards. And the last little bit of ammo being used to try and hit these Haven Guard, but I don't see them being able to do it. Yeah, this is not looking good here for the defenders. They need to get some polearms over here of some sort. Either that or some pikes, because this is not looking good. But they have actually decided to have over here have area door to charge. And they're setting up their own polearms, but I mean, they're just getting focused down currently by Gondor. I don't think this was a very good idea. They should have sent up other stuff first. Especially since the polearms barely have got to the front line. They're getting gunned down before they can get there. They're trying to get up these steps. Nah, they're slipping down the steps with the blood of their comrades. And there you go, they're getting in now. That is a nasty choke point, though. You don't want to be trying to get through there. This is where you want to be focusing on. Dol Amroth, though, should be able to. He's still got lots of ammo as well. And he's done a good job, I guess, actually, keeping his ammo, because he's now got plenty of ammo to kill those Fountain Guard off. Elves are throwing in their archers now. I mean, they should be okay in combat. I don't think they can stop the Haven Guard, though. Yeah, they're already losing. Spear's getting a few kills, though, here and there. Seen a few Haven Guard drop.
Stand and fight, damn you!
How are they doing on the other side? It seems like they've taken this choke point now, but there's this next one, which is equally as hard to take. It's just Gondor's swords. They might be able to break through that with the Footmen of Arnor. Don't know though. I think Gondor's swords are very heavy. Yeah, so I guess they have the weight class over the Footmen of Arnor. I'm not really sure how like they compare in stats, but they must be pretty even. Oh, Noldorian swords coming down though. That'll even the fight up. That'll put it in favor of Gondor, if it wasn't already. This is a big, nasty blob of elves and men here. It's like the Last Alliance all over again. But the Last Alliance factions are fighting each other because Arnor is fighting the other two, Gondor and Linden. But yeah, I mean that's all they have really committed there. They haven't really decided to throw in any pole arms yet. I guess they are thinking where are they going to be needed most. Looks like Dol Amroth might be bringing up his in a moment, and he's retreated his shock to throw in his swords. I like how he is cycling his sword, his shock, allowing him to kind of freshen up. But I think they were making progress without having to retreat them. They barely lost any men. And these sword units are all battered anyway, so I mean they're not really going to make much progress anyway. I can see why he's bringing up the pole arms down, but you need to start thinking about using these archers, maybe just to try and fire his way through. If he kills all of this, they are very short in infantry, are the defenders. I mean they're at 1800 now to 3700. It's whether the defenders go for time. It's whether they win it on time, I think. I don't think they can win it on numbers. See Halberdiers coming in. Oh! Yeah, I was going to say, did it bounce? Oh, what a hit. That just like bounced off the step, then landed there. What a hit. Look, he killed like another like 5 or 6 elite troops. And now because the formation's broken up, the crossbows can get in as well. And also it looks like we're about to see more Halberdiers come up. This time of the Loki-Rim variant. Equally, I can't see them breaking through. They have no archers now, though, to shoot on them. That was the difference. Maybe they will get through. Maybe they will, but I don't know. I want to see. Oh, this trebuchet. He's going to hit again. Oh. Yep. Oh, it did. I hate the camera moves. Yeah, it did hit again. The camera's so awkward in that small spot there between the towers. But yeah, I mean, the trebuchet's doing work. It's, you know, getting kills. Let's see how these halberdiers are doing over here. The Prince's Coast Guard now been given the sole job of defending this entire choke point, or like attacking this entire choke point. Honestly, I give them infantry support, mainly because Prince's Coast Guard are like medium polearms. They are not like... And also they're getting flanked. Like, they're getting slowly flanked here. Here we go, shock infantry coming back up. The polearms doing their little pokey thing. They are making a headway. You can see here Spear's starting to break. It's only really archers holding this line now. And archers struggle to kill polearms off. You can see here, Fountain Guard already being set up, prepared. But I think they honestly need the other Fountain Guard over here. They need it there desperately. They're going to need some stuff. They're going to need more like archers and stuff to be sent in. Like, Dol Amroth is making progress. And you can see the Fountain Guard getting focused as well with whatever ammo is left. Barrack Bowman here with actually a lot of ammo, so they should be okay.
The enemy are losing their advantage.
Arnor is slowly getting to the top of this hill, though. The gatekeepers as well, once they're out of ammo, I mean these guys actually have a little bit of ammo left, I'm surprised they got sent in. But they are really heavily armoured, and they have a sword and shield. So they're a really, really good hybrid unit. As I'm about, we're about to watch one get speared here, or stabbed in the chest. But no, he survived. But yeah, they're a really, really good unit. Honestly, like at this late stage of the game as well, it's not a unit you really want to be facing. But here you go. Both Fountain Guard have been sent over here. And Noldorian nobles. And now is when the arrows of Dol Amroth are let to fly. Like, let fly, men, let fly. Let your arrows fly true. What are they sending up now? They're sending up other archers? Oh, Tarnosian marksmen, okay. But yeah, these polearms are not going to get far for Dol Amroth now. Now that these guys are coming. Oh, the Fountain Guard, what are they doing? They need to get the pikes down. Yeah, they just charged in nearly without their pikes. That could have been costly. You can see Dol Amroth is getting just stopped in his tracks. Honestly, this force here could. The Noldorian nobles and 2 Fountain Guard, that is probably enough men to stop armies. I don't want to really exaggerate, but at this stage it could. Like, they could stop the entirety of Dol Amroth's army here, just with those 3 units. Easily. Probably could stop an entire, like, in the right circumstances, could probably stop an entire Mordor army as well. Oh, jeez, I'm seeing, like, guys get running and getting speared on pikes. But yeah, you can see they're starting to lose these Coast Guard. They are already medium. They're facing very heavy and, like, very heavy pikes. This point over here, though, this seems like where Dol Amroth's trying to break through. There is some, I think some Thorn Archers defending it. Oh no, Blackroot Vale defending. And this is it. I mean, the pikes aren't quite set up here. They need to have someone over here because that's where Dol Amroth's thinking he can get through. And if he can, I mean, then he just kind of flank the pikes. But they say, oh, what's broken here? Paladins of the Vinted Core. They just broke. At 48 men. What happened there? Dorwinian's kind of just chain routing across the front, I think. That is really surprising. I don't know if he just, like, maybe just, like, I don't know what happened there. That is really surprising, though. His army is kind of broke across the entire front by the looks of it. It's now the elves that are holding over here. And they've got their pikes, their polearms back in. I mean, they're taking on these shipwright nobles. They haven't quite got to the polearms yet. They might want to push the polearms forward to support the shipwright nobles. Yep. Are they going to go forward now? Or just reposition? Fair enough. Well, actually, they are kind of in combat now. They're facing gatekeepers. Now is the time. They've got a hold. There's not many of them left, though. There's 600 versus 3,000. And as you can see, Dol Amroth has found a way through. And it is like over in this corner over here, I think. He found a way through. The Cav's going to try and do the same thing. These Blackroot Vale archers may break at any point. They've got no general, you've got to remember, Gondor. So they could just break at any point. It also doesn't look good over on this side. Seems like there's just a tiny little ringload Vale that's got to hold back against the whole lot. This is a sad sight. But here we go. Cav about to charge into here. It's these Gondor archers, or these Blackroot Vale archers. There you go. That's sad to see. 2 allies, old allies, cutting each other down. Gondor versus Dol Amroth. What a painful sight. But yeah, this choke point's now opened up. These polearms, even if they're surrounded, do pretty well. The pikes as well kind of do the same. So they'll hold for a little while, but army losses are probably not helping. You can see here the pikes, look at them. Battered, bloodied. They don't care though. What a beautiful, beautiful mod this is. Really is. But there you go, they are starting to break. Not a good sign. Just the elves left were there, just huge amounts of morale. I mean, they're starting to waver over here though. And they're losing here as well decisively in combat. I think that's just because of army losses or something. Really, they should be beating everything here. Well, not everything, but most things. Yeah, I'm not really sure why they're losing decisively. I haven't seen really many of them die. They just keep sparing stuff down, but they're apparently losing decisively. I guess because they're getting shot by crossbows. They are actually still getting, the crossbows are still getting hits in here. I mean, all it needs to know is one really good rear charge from that cavalry. Where is it? Oh, and there you go. They just broke instead. A Pyrrhic victory, though, for Eriador. I mean, I'm kind of surprised. I honestly thought as the attackers had a really rough start, they were going to get beaten. But they did pretty well. But yeah, it was a really, really good fight. This one was sent in by Zarn, who was playing as Eriador. So thank you very much, Zarn, for sending this one in. Very much appreciated. But yeah, it was we've got some good players here that were playing in this one. I recognised all of the attackers, all in my Discord, and usually regularly play in streams and stuff. We've got, I don't know, Kimasabe and Zarn often play. Yeah, so really good to see them all playing together. Really good match, to be honest. They did really well, to be fair. But yeah, well done to Oliver, to Bagel of War, and to Epic Person 21 as well. They also did really well in the defense. I'm really unlucky. I felt like they did a really good job in holding back the attackers for so long. In the end, it was just kind of like, I don't know, just a little too much. I think they maybe just, you know, archers and pikes that the attackers had were very, very useful. Well, not maybe pikes, but, you know, certainly archers, pole arms as well. For dull armor for a little bit did, you know, some work. But yeah, certainly the archers, I think, like the gatekeepers and Nimrodel rangers was just a little bit too much. I think in the end they saved ammo, and they did really well to save ammo. But yeah, we'll quickly go over some kills. We've got Zarn's army first. 132 kills with Footman of Arnor, 144 with this one. Yeah, they did okay. Maybe we want to see a little bit more kills, but yeah, they did pretty well. The Hobbits, sadly, only getting 32 kills, but I feel like that's very good for them. Chetwood Merchant Bodyguards, 152 kills. It's pretty decent. Don't really reckon like these guys get many more kills, but 150 is pretty good. 41. For the Bree Halberdiers, yeah, they had a rough time. These guys just got focused down every time that they came close to anything. Gatekeeper's doing pretty well, getting 131 and 151 kills. And these guys are healthy. They could have got more kills, probably in melee, definitely. And the Arnorian Knights are getting 89 kills. These guys got focused down when they broke through. Then we have I don't know who's playing as the Eastlings. 207 kills with this Maceman unit, 240 with this one. I mean, the Maceman do solid. I mean, there's got a few there that didn't do so great. He's got one that got 1 kill. But yeah, some of them certainly did very, very well. His Wards of Rune, 124. I feel that's a little bit low, especially since they were rank 8. They're gold chevrons. They probably wanted to get more kills. Halberdiers didn't really get into the action. And his archers, yeah, not really getting too many kills. But I think he had quite a bit of ammo left. And then we have Kimo Sabe, who's playing as Dol Amroth. 138 kills with Seaboard Sword Infantry. Oh my gosh, 303. With this one, they did insanely well. 343 with that, with his Dismounted Knights at Imrahil. Very, very good. Haven got 402 kills. Oh my gosh, they did insanely well. His archers getting 223. His Cav 134 and really healthy still. And his Trebuchet getting 127. So they did really well. So yeah, as you can see, Dol Amroth gets really good kills. It's very, very strong. Then we have Oliver 111, who was having to defend against Dol Amroth most of the time. Yeah, not great kills here for the shipment, unfortunately. They just got cut down. His Vintercourt Swords getting 149 is pretty good. His Paladins here, Spear Paladins getting 118. His Archers getting 96, the best one. Yeah, he had a rough game. And then we got Bagel of War, who's playing as Lyndon. 50 kills as Noldorian Noble. Probably would have got more if it didn't chain route. We got Shipwright Nobles here with 167, sorry. These guys probably wanted to get a little bit more. I think 200 kills. They cost a lot. Like 200 kills is like what you want to be getting with a minimum, I would have thought. 211 kills is Noldorian Swords. Pretty damn nasty. His Spears getting 187 is very good for them. 256 with his older Noldorian Noble. Very, very good. And it didn't really see much action until the very end, so they got a lot of kills very quickly. 85 kills with his Archers, so not too bad there. Then we have Epic Person, who's playing as Gondor. But yeah, 220 kills with his Knights of the Silver Swan before he died. Very nicely done. His Pike's not really getting too many kills since he much combat. His Archers 183 kills, 187. He did really well with his Blackroot Vale Archers. Very good, actually, clearly, infused correctly. And they're very cheap, so yeah, maybe worth bringing them in the future. 151 kills with the Spears is very good. 125 with another. Swords, 125 kills. And his Ringlow Vale getting 137, proving that they're very, very good if they can be used correctly. But there you go, guys. That is today's Siege Battle. I hope you guys did enjoy. The Hobbits reign supreme in UMBAR today. They clearly were the deciding factor in that battle, obviously. But yes, if you enjoyed, like I said, feel free to support the channel in any way possible. Feel free to join the Discord. And then see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.